annual Home Depot College Football Award Show from the College Football Hall of Fame in Atlanta. Catch it all on ESPN and the app.
Now I would just like to introduce y'all to the man, the myth, the legend, the MVP frontrunner, Lamar Jackson. You got an issue with that? Come see me. I'm about that. Big trust. Woo, woo.
We got a Jackson 5. Another touchdown for Lamar Jackson.
LJ, MVP. That's all I'm saying.
Ooh-wee, Lamar Jackson and the Ravens host the Jets tonight on Thursday Night Football. Earlier on First Take, Stephen A. argued that Lamar's legs are more important to his success than his arm. You want to say something?
I'm just wondering, do we have to mention the fact that the Jets are going to be on national TV tonight? I have no
Jets
problem with the
beat
Ravens.
Some good teams
I mean,
this year,
couldn't we just say that Lamar and the Baltimore Ravens are playing tonight? Did we have to mention who the opponent was?
You could just say like
they beat the Cowboys.
Lamar Jackson's MVP coronation tonight.
That's right.
Like, put a bow on this whole thing.
You know, it continues. The road continues. We could have come up with something other than Ravens Jets.
Maybe,
this
whole thing is the way for the football gods to even it up. Take his legs away, see what happens.
My boy Jeff Brown is watching us in Cali right now.
What up, Jeff?
And yeah, you know, y'all love him. And here's the deal. You know, my godchildren, Nicholas and Nicole, they're Jets fans. I'm like, how could you do that to these children?
Yeah.
It's cruel. It's cruel.
Yeah. You're a Knicks fan.
It's cruel. Yes, but that's it. See, Steelers, Yankees, stuff like that. His family, he's got them being Jets and Mets fans.
Yeah, that's sad.
I mean, what are you doing?
Sad state of
What
affairs.
are you doing?
That's what he left to Cali.
How could he do this? How could he do this? You know, if it wasn't for his wife, Nina, I mean, the home cooking, y'all. I mean, there's only one rival to Carmen. There's only one rival to Carmen right now, and that's Nina.
Stop buttering people up on the air to get some food.
That's exactly what I'm doing.
Yeah.
That's exactly what I'm doing.
We got a TV show to do. You're trying to get fed?
Yeah.
Listen,
Nina, I'm
food is
coming,
love.
girl. I'm coming. You know, forget Jeff.
All right. Stephen A., let me ask you this. How confident are you that Lamar can be successful? He's got this quad injury. He says he's 100%. We know he's really not. If he has to rely on his arm, he's forced to throw the entire game.
How successful do I think he can be?
Yeah.
Against the Jets, I'm quite sure he can pull it off, particularly with Jamal Adams not expected to play tonight. So
that's a good point.
That's the road dog right there. Listen, we know what he can do, and with all due respect, I'm playing around. The Jets' defense is respectable. We know that. It's their offense that's been a bit putrid. We understand him, Mr. Gates, the genius. You understand that dude. The point that I'm trying to make to y'all is this, okay? In the end, what we have to look at is this. Should Lamar Jackson even be playing this game?
I don't know.
And I'm like, if he's not 100% healthy, he shouldn't even be out there. Why? You beat the Patriots already. You got at least a 2-game lead in the AFC. All right, sit him out an additional week, make sure he's right. You know, if you can't beat the Jets without Lamar Jackson, I mean, even though we ain't seen RG3 in about half a decade, for crying out loud, at least it feels like that. The bottom line is it shouldn't be that hard for any kind of elite team to beat the New York Jets. So I would say, why subject yourself to these extracurricular activities? Why?
All right, hold on. So now that we've dogged the Jets, let's just take the Jets out of it, because everyone's kind of laughing at my question here about this game, Ravens-Jets. Let's talk about Lamar. The dude's got a quad injury. Moving down the stretch, how much can we trust him if he is injured and he has to rely on his arm? I'm talking the rest of the season, playoffs.
That's why I agree with Stephen A. to rest him. Not because it's going to be a catastrophic situation. I'm not worried about that. Like with KD, like, come on, his calf, it's obviously his Achilles. And then anyway, those things are connected. And then his Achilles goes, it can compromise his career.
Wait, it's connected? That happened with KD? Was everything connected with this situation?
Connected. That's
it was
right.
connected.
The point is with Lamar is when I hear usually hamstring, more than quad, I hear hamstring or groin. I'm like, just rest the dude, because that's not going to get better from playing. It's only going to get worse, actually. And obviously the dynamism of his game is largely based on his running ability, which is unparalleled maybe in the history of football, even by Mike Vick at the position, you could argue. So let that heal up against a sorry opponent. I agree with that. Let's say they don't.
Yeah.
And I think it's a big mistake if he's like, well, he has to stay in the pocket more. We really need him throwing the ball more because he can't run. In that case, he shouldn't be on the field. But if that is the case, yeah, I think he can beat the Jets from the pocket. Like Lamar Jackson, I'm done underestimating this guy. You know, as a college player, I thought, oh, wow, he's phenomenal, but I didn't know if he was going to be accurate enough down the field to be a great pro. And when I would see someone who people had questions about their accuracy, like Deshaun Watson, I said, no, Deshaun Watson's accurate enough down the field. Deshaun's going to be a great player. I didn't know that about Lamar. I thought Baker Mayfield was going to be great, too, so not always right. But I thought Lamar Jackson, no, I understand why people are saying change positions and all that. It's not just stereotyping. I'm done underestimating him. He's the #1 most accurate passer in the history of the NFL at age 21. He's now age 22. He's about to win the MVP. He was more accurate as a rookie. Forget about age 20 as a rookie than Peyton Manning or Andrew Luck or a lot of guys we think of, especially Peyton Manning, as accurate passers. If he has to beat teams from the pocket, I think he can do it.
Well, first of all, the Baltimore Ravens have a lot to play for. Mm-hmm. Any player, mindset of a player is, I'm going to play when I have something to play for, regardless of the opponent and all those type of things. So that's number one. He's going to play. In regards to the question that you brought up, can Lamar Jackson beat you from the pocket? We don't know.
Yeah.
We really don't know, to be honest with you. That's really been my one question about Baltimore, specifically related to Lamar Jackson. If they get behind, and you take away their running game, which is a big if, because the Ravens lead the league in time of possession, rushing attack, a lot of offensive statistics. But if you get them behind, they lost last year in the playoff game to the Chargers. They got behind. They lost to the Kansas City Chiefs this year. They got behind. So that's really been the biggest question. Can Lamar Jackson, just on his arm alone, can he bring that football team back? We don't know.
Damien, I think it comes down to pocket containment. And a lot of times you see coaches, particularly with a dude capable of scrambling. We ain't seen nobody of this magnitude, but dudes in the past capable of scrambling. I remember when Randall Cunningham used to be playing, it was about pocket containment. Right. When obviously Michael Vick was playing, it was about pocket containment and others. Shoot, even with some of the slower guys, you talked about pocket containment because when they got out of the pocket, the things that they could do out of the pocket could do a lot of damage, like Aaron Rodgers. My question to you is, looking at the greatness of Lamar Jackson, knowing football the way that you do you think it's possible to pocket contain him? Do you think it's possible to keep a talent like that in the pocket no matter what? Is that possible?
No, I don't think you could hold him down the whole game because this is a guy who is the most athletic, fastest guy on the field. So there are certain things schematically that you can do to try to contain him, but to realistically think that you're going to hold him down by spying a guy, that's not going to work.
And to both you and Max, because I don't know if this is correct. We call him the fastest guy. I think he's the quickest. I think he might be the most evasive outside of Saquon Barkley in terms of evasiveness. Yeah. But I'm talking about breakaway speed.
If he gets in the open field, I guarantee you will not catch Lamar Jackson. You're not catching.
Okay.
You're not catching.
Go ahead, Max.
I would say that you're right. We don't know. But so we have to make an educated guess based on the evidence in terms of can he beat you from the pocket.
Okay.
He looked, because he was 21 years old, right? He looked bewildered in the playoffs last year. But Stephen A., as you've pointed out, boy, that's a steep learning curve. It's like, well, he started assimilating the information, and by the end of the game, it was a different player. By the end of the game, and now he's a full year older. And so, like, I just look at the effect he has on a team. His teammates love him. Right. They play hard with him on the field. They're for him. And his running success is predicated on his success on first down passes, which he completes. Like, he's really good, actually. Mm-hmm. So I don't know. You're right. We don't know. But when I say I'm done, I'm done, like, doubting him. If the question is, do you think he can do it? It's Lamar Jackson. I'm going to say yes. Yeah. My educated guess is yes.
Yeah, because he's done so many things now up to this point where he's proven everybody wrong.
Last year people were saying he should play a different position. This year he's going to be MVP. That truly is remarkable when you think about that. 365 days. Stephen A., let me ask you this. Baltimore's favored by more than 2 touchdowns. Do you think the Jets can actually keep it close? He is injured.
I think it's possible. It's possible if the Baltimore Ravens sleep and they take for granted the inept competition that they're destined to face. I'm not talking about them defensively because I don't view the Jets defense that way. But I think offensively, Sam Darnold to me hasn't looked that great. Adam Gase, I never believed he deserved the job. They have no number one receiver to speak of. Le'Veon Bell, obviously, statistically, he's been severely compromised as well. He doesn't even have 600 yards rushing. I'm thinking that if you're the Baltimore Ravens with the kind of points we've seen you capable of putting up against everybody but San Francisco, okay, you should easily be able to drop 30 on these Jets.
You bring up Sam Darnold. That's a great example because Sam Darnold is the same age as Lamar Jackson.
Yeah.
He's so young. So, like, do I think Sam Darnold's going to be a really good quarterback? I do because of what he's doing at such a young age. He's athletic. He can throw. Can he beat you from the pocket? I think he probably. I think Lamar is so much better than him that you know, like, do I think Sam Darnold could beat you from? Yes, I think anything he can do, Lamar can do better.
What kind of weight do you put into Lamar Jackson having John Harbaugh and Sam Darnold having Adam Gase? Because I put a lot of weight into that.
It matters.
No, of course, but it's like Tom Brady. I always bring this up with Brady. He's the GOAT. Yes, no question. He'd be great wherever he went. But the reason he's the greatest is because of Belichick. If you have two kids equally bright, one goes to community college, one goes to Harvard. At the end of 4 years, they're compounding advantages. The kid who went to Harvard has that advantage, but that accrues to them. Like, that becomes part of them. And that's part of Lamar Jackson, and it's part of Sam Darnold. It's what they are now.
Unless their name is Stephen A. I'm just saying.
Don't go anywhere because we're still talking Tom Brady and Antonio
But Winston-Salem
Brown.
State ain't Ivy League. It's impressive, but it ain't.
Oh, that explains why I beat you in all those debates.
Listen,
you can't.
If people go to
HBCU
any
talent
college,
all over the
what
world.
they make of it.
We're back tomorrow for the best debates on a Football Friday. Will the Ravens regret playing Lamar Jackson? Plus, don't miss why I think the Rams D will give Big D a big L. And find out why the Bills are a bigger AFC threat than even my Steelers. All that and more coming up.